Europe, a continent mapped, explored, and studied for centuries. From the peaks of the Alps to the ancient streets of Rome, we think we know it inside and out. But what if I told you there are places hidden within this well-trodden land that defy our modern understanding? Places where the rules of science seem to bend and mysteries linger in plain sight. These aren't legends from dusty old books. They are real, documented locations that continue to baffle researchers today. We're about to journey to the enigmatic heart of Europe to uncover the places that science still can't explain. Are you ready to question what you think you know? Let's start our journey in the deep, dark forests of Romania, specifically in a place that has earned a chilling reputation, the Hoia Baciu Forest. Often called the Bermuda Triangle of Transylvania, this isn't just another spooky wood. It's a place where the strange and unexplainable are reported with unsettling regularity. At its heart lies a peculiar, almost perfectly circular clearing where, inexplicably, nothing grows. Soil samples have been taken and analyzed, and scientists have found nothing unusual that would prevent plant life. Yet it remains barren, but that's just the beginning. Visitors and researchers alike have documented a wide range of bizarre phenomena. Electronic devices suddenly malfunction or shut down completely. Compasses spin wildly, unable to find magnetic north. People report intense feelings of anxiety, nausea, or the sensation of being watched. Some have even emerged from the forest with unexplained rashes, scratches, or burns with no memory of how they got them. Then there are the lights. Strange, hovering orbs of light are frequently photographed and witnessed floating silently among the trees. They appear and disappear without a sound, following no discernible pattern. And perhaps most famously, the forest is a hot spot for UFO sightings. In 1968, a military technician captured one of the clearest photographs of an alleged UFO, a disc-shaped object hovering over the clearing. Despite rigorous analysis, the photo has never been debunked. Scientists have proposed various theories, from unusual magnetic fields and pockets of natural radioactivity to infrasound that can affect the human mind. However, no single theory can account for the sheer variety of phenomena reported here. The forest is a complex puzzle, with each strange occurrence adding another layer of mystery. It's a living laboratory where the known laws of physics seem to be challenged, leaving us with more questions than answers. Is it a gateway to another dimension? A place with unique geological properties? Or is something else entirely at play in the shadows of Hoia Baciu? From the eerie silence of a Romanian forest, we travel south to the rolling hills of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Tucked away in the dense woodlands near the town of Zavidovici lies an archaeological enigma that has puzzled experts for decades: the Bosnian stone spheres. Imagine hiking through a forest and stumbling upon a collection of massive, almost perfectly spherical stones. Some are small enough to hold, while others weigh several tons, measuring up to 3 meters in diameter. The first question that comes to mind is, who made them, and how? The sheer precision and size of these spheres suggest an incredible feat of engineering, especially if they were carved by an ancient civilization. Theories abound that they are the work of a lost, highly advanced culture that possessed technology far beyond what we consider possible for the era. Proponents of this idea suggest the spheres might have served a purpose we can no longer comprehend, perhaps as energy conduits, astronomical markers, or religious artifacts. The local legends speak of giants who hurled these stones in a great battle, or that they fell from the sky. However, the mainstream scientific community offers a more grounded, though no less fascinating, explanation. Geologists propose that the spheres are a natural phenomenon called concretion. This is a process where minerals cement together around a nucleus like a grain of sand or a fossil over millions of years, forming a hard, spherical mass within sedimentary rock. As the softer surrounding rock erodes away, the hard, resistant sphere is left behind. But this explanation doesn't satisfy everyone. Why are there so many spheres concentrated in this one area? Why are some of them so perfectly round, more so than typical concretions? And what about the composition? Some spheres are made of sandstone, but others are volcanic rock, which complicates the concretion theory. The debate rages on. Were they crafted by human hands, serving a long-forgotten purpose? Or are they magnificent accidents of nature, sculpted by time and geology? The stones themselves remain silent, offering no easy answers, standing as a testament to a mystery that is quite literally set in stone. Our next stop takes us to a sleepy hilltop village in the south of France. Welcome to Rennes-le-Château. On the surface, it looks like any other picturesque French town, with its charming stone houses and a quiet, unassuming church. But this village is the epicenter of one of the most complex and enduring mysteries in modern history, a web of intrigue involving hidden treasure, secret societies, and forbidden knowledge. The story begins in the late 19th century with a poor parish priest named Béranger Saunière. In 1885, he was assigned to the dilapidated village church. A few years later, during renovations, he supposedly discovered something hidden within a hollow pillar, ancient parchments. What happened next is what fuels the legend. This once impoverished priest suddenly began spending vast, inexplicable amounts of money. He undertook lavish restorations of the church, filling it with strange and cryptic statues and symbols that deviate from traditional Catholic iconography. He built himself a grand estate, the Villa Bethania, and a distinctive library tower, known as the Tour Magdala, dedicated to Mary Magdalene. Where did all this wealth come from? This is the central question of the Rennes-le-Château mystery. One theory suggests Saunière found the lost treasure of the Visigoths, who once controlled the region. Another more elaborate theory claims he stumbled upon documents proving a radical historical secret, perhaps that Jesus Christ did not die on the cross, but married Mary Magdalene and had children whose bloodline continued in secret, protected by organizations like the Knights Templar and the mysterious Priory of Sion. According to this idea, Saunière was paid to keep quiet by the Vatican or another powerful group. Decades of research by historians, authors, and treasure hunters have turned up countless clues, had no definitive answers. Every symbol in the church has been analyzed. Every inch of the surrounding landscape has been surveyed. The story has inspired best-selling books and blockbuster movies, blurring the line between fact and fiction. Despite all the scrutiny, the source of Saunière's wealth remains unproven. Was he a simple priest who found a buried treasure? Or did he uncover a secret so profound it could shake the very foundations of Western history? The village of Rennes-le-Château holds its secrets close, leaving us to wonder what truth or treasure still lies buried beneath its soil. Now, let's venture to a place that seems to defy the very laws of physics, a phenomenon that appears in several locations, but is perhaps most famously studied in Death Valley in the US. However, Europe has its own versions of this bizarre event, particularly in certain dry lake beds in Spain. We're talking about the moving stones. Imagine a vast, flat, arid plain. Strewn across it are rocks, some small, some weighing hundreds of pounds. Behind each rock is a long, distinct trail gouged into the earth, evidence that it has moved, but no one has ever seen them move. For years, this was a complete mystery. How could these heavy rocks slide across the ground, sometimes for hundreds of meters, leaving behind these clear tracks? The trails aren't straight. They zigzag, curve, and sometimes the rocks will travel in parallel before abruptly changing direction. Early theories ranged from the mundane to the supernatural. Some suggested pranksters were moving the rocks, but the sheer number of them and the remoteness of the locations made this unlikely. Others proposed strong, localized winds or even subtle geological tremors. More mystical explanations pointed to magnetic fields or unknown energy forces. For a long time, science struggled to provide a concrete answer because the movement is so rare and happens under very specific conditions. It wasn't until recently that researchers managed to capture the process on camera, solving a large part of the puzzle. The answer was an elegant, almost magical combination of natural elements. It happens when the dry lake bed, or playa, gets covered by a thin layer of water from rain, which then freezes overnight, creating a vast, thin sheet of ice. As the sun rises, the ice begins to melt and break up into large floating panels. A gentle, sustained wind then pushes these ice sheets, which in turn act like miniature bulldozers, slowly and silently pushing the rocks trapped within them across the slick, muddy surface below. When the water evaporates, all that's left is the rock and its mysterious trail. So, is the mystery solved? Well, mostly. This ice shove theory explains the core mechanism. But it doesn't account for every single observation. Some trails have been found in areas where these exact conditions are highly improbable. Some patterns of movement still seem too complex to be explained by a simple push from an ice sheet. Science has given us a brilliant and logical explanation, but as with all great mysteries, there are still a few loose ends. It reminds us that even when we think we have the answer, nature often has a few more secrets up its sleeve, challenging us to look even closer and question our assumptions. From moving stones to bottomless pits, our world is full of wonders. But what these places truly represent is the endless frontier of human curiosity. They are reminders that no matter how much we learn, how much we map, and how much we explain, there will always be shadows on the edge of our knowledge. These unexplained phenomena aren't failures of science. On the contrary, they are what drives science forward. They are the puzzles that inspire the next generation of explorers, geologists, and physicists to ask why and how. They prove that our world is far more complex and magical than we can possibly imagine. Every unexplained light in a forest, every cryptic symbol in a church, and every stone that moves on its own is an invitation to look deeper, to question further, and to never stop exploring. The search for answers is the greatest adventure of all. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey into the unknown. If you enjoyed venturing into Europe's most mysterious corners, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more hidden stories from the edges of our world. What other unexplained places should we explore? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious.